Can I sit you here? We're just gonna hang out today. It's gonna be a chill day. It's my final day off before I go back to work. And we're gonna finish a book today. That is my goal for today. I have been reading Loved One. I have this much left, and it's like maybe like 100 pages left. I've already managed to finish 2 books this year in January, and I'm trying to finish this today because yes, I finished 2 books, but also those were books that I was reading for a bit. Okay, super quick. But also this is like a day in my life vlog, and I yap. Sorry, I'm a yapper. So, Where the Library Hides, finally finished this book. Why is my bookmark still in here? This is my bookmark that I picked for this book. It says fictional characters be causing me real emotional damage. Sorry, this is very like in real time, me just like grabbing. Is my camera just exposing my giant bag of Sour Patch Kids? Anyways, if my phone is done exposing me, we can go back to what I was saying. My new book journal for this year, I'm not doing like my scrapbooky one that I was doing before because my mom got me this one for my birthday last year. So simpler, everything's already written in here. It has like for you to write your TBR and your reading logs. All the books I read in 2025 I put in here, but I didn't like actually write reviews for them because I wasn't using it yet. I put them all in here, but all the reviews are in my old reading journal. So I don't know what's going to happen with that journal because I'm going to be using this one now, and that one obviously I didn't use up. So that will probably just be turned into something else. So Where the Library Hides, finally finished this. I gave it 3 stars. I started listening to this on audiobook March 2025. Sometime in March, and I finished it January this year. So that's crazy, but I just really wasn't listening to audiobooks like that. And, I don't really need to defend myself. It took me that long to finish this book, but it is finished now, and I gave it 3 stars. I will say I do recommend it. If you like the first book, I think it has a good ending, like wrapping everything up. It was nice. It answered a lot of questions. I don't know, maybe it was because I listened to it instead of reading it. I just wasn't as into the story as I was in the first one, and that might just be me. So this one got a lower rating than the first one did, but I would still recommend this duology. It's very fun for a YA, like, historical fantasy. Next, I read Sugar, Spice, and Can't Play Nice by Annika Sharma. Ignore that the book looks like dirty. It was from the bargain section, so I had one of those like giant like bargain stickers, and it left a lot of like the gunk and glue, and I just haven't cleaned it yet. I finished this one recently as well, I think like last week, and I was buddy reading this with my 2 friends. We just went to the bargain section, and one of them picked out a book for all of us to read, and this was the book that she picked. I gave this a 4 stars, which is surprising because knowing nothing about this book, I was like, don't have any expectations for it. I was a little bit irritated at first with the characters. I was like, they're irritating me. They seem spoiled. Like, I just wasn't relating to them very much. But then after, like, getting to know them, obviously, the second half of the book, I really ate it up. I was like, oh, this is drama. I like this. These characters are growing on me. I saw the character development that I was looking for, the character growth, because they had their flaws. They really had their flaws, but they came through in the end, and the romance was cute. I would actually recommend this as a romance. It was fun. They were just unlikable to me at first, but obviously they redeemed themselves in the end, and they got a 4-star rating out of me, which I feel like is kind of rare nowadays for me to give a book higher than like 3.5. So these are the 2 books that I finished in January, and then now I am just reading Loved One, and we're gonna finish this today. But that's the plan because I kept reading like a million books at the same time, and I just want to read 1 book at a time again, or 2, or an audiobook. I feel like I'm contradicting everything that I was saying before. I'm still reading Priory of the Orange Tree. I wouldn't be surprised if it takes me 2 years to finish that book, but I am enjoying it. The problem is literally just the size of the book, but every time I read it, I enjoy what I read. So it's not that it's a bad book, it's just really long. And that's just an issue with me. I just see the length of a book and get intimidated. Enough yapping about this. We are going to go to the store because I want to make a coffee for myself today at home, and I need a creamer because I'm going to experiment. I'm going to make an iced coffee and I'm going to experiment. We're gonna go get that, and then we'll be back and we'll make our coffee and then we'll read our book. We're back, and first things first, it's sandwich time before the coffee because it's almost 11 and I'm starving. Oh, before sandwich, I was gonna put this stuff away and realized I never showed it. I got this creamer and then I got this. I don't know, I'm just trying stuff out. That's what we originally went to go get. Did we come back with more stuff than we planned? Yes, but that's okay. All right, the sandwich has been made. Now I am gonna eat this and then I'll be back and we'll make the coffee because I'm so hungry. I don't know how much ice I need, but I'm just gonna go for it. I have my espresso shot and I put some caramel syrup in it while it poured. I feel like I need more ice. The shot is hot and this is a glass cup, so a little bit of the creamer. Pretty good. I feel like I can really taste this milk. Maybe I overdid the milk. I feel like this is a little bit of a milky color, but we know for next time. All right, time to read our book. I finished Loved One by Aisha Muharrar. I don't want to say I'm disappointed, but I did have like higher expectations for it and like thought I would come out of it with a better rating than what I gave it. In case you don't know what this book is about, basically the book is about this love triangle between the main character Julia, her best friend Gabe, and Gabe's current ex-girlfriend Elizabeth. And Gabe passes away in the beginning of the book, and there's so many like untalked about feelings, like secrets, all these things that like I guess a bunch of conversations that were never had because he passed away. Julia is on a mission. She goes to London to find Elizabeth and basically ask her if she has any of Gabe's things because his mom really wants this stuff. Her and Elizabeth just kind of team up and they kind of start this friendship between them. It was kind of hard to like Gabe. He was a very unlikable character to me and he caused all these people so much emotional damage. I don't know, I just found Gabe like an unlikable character, like even in the flashbacks, where I don't know if the point was to get you to care for him. For me, it kind of did the opposite. Julia and Elizabeth end up kind of becoming a bit of friends. I enjoyed that part. I enjoyed them together. And the almost like last part, like maybe like this much of the book, it finally starts like picking up a lot and it gets like very interesting. I don't know, I give it a 2.5 out of 5. I had higher expectations for it, thought it was gonna hit harder than it did. I don't know, I just wanted more out of the book than what it gave me. I'm not saying it's a bad book, but me giving it a 2.5 just means I wouldn't necessarily recommend this to a friend to read. I have seen some people absolutely love this book, so maybe it'll hit other people differently, but for me personally, at this point in my life when I read it, I was like, it was an okay book. I don't know, maybe I just didn't go into it with the right expectations. We finished the book finally like I wanted to today. So 3 books in January. I feel pretty successful, even though these are all books that I've been reading for a while. I started this one in December, so I've been trying to finish this one for a second now. I think that might be it for this short little vlog. I hope you've enjoyed. I will see you in my next video.